Well, I haven't touched a motorcycle in 15 years, and honestly, I just forgot everything. I was super nervous, even shaking, but I said yes anyway. What started as a ride along Wakayama's stunning coastline quickly turned into one of the most thrilling days of my life. Between breathtaking ocean views, shocking abandoned hotels in prime locations, and some tricky tight maneuvers on the bike that nearly took me out, I somehow survived the day and it felt incredible. I honestly feel alive again. Join me for this little adventure I took on the weekend. Before heading out, I was actually buzzing with excitement and quite a few nerves. I do remember the feeling of riding a bike, and it was a lot of fun. And I want to make sure I've got all the right camera gear so I can film everything on this trip. I bought a big tripod and a little tripod, and I managed to find a little attachment tripod. I guess you could put it on handlebars or something. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I've also got my new camera, my Insta360, and of course I can't leave without my DJI and the microphone. I've got a backup battery pack which I can just plug into the DJI, and a backup little micro SD card in case I get so much footage and I need a new card. It's also really sunny today, so I've got some lip balm that's SPF and some sunscreen, and of course my driver's license, all in a camera bag. And then I thought I might put it in a backpack just to make it easier to carry on the bike. Loving these new modern small cameras. They're just so easy to carry around. You don't need a lot of equipment to get good footage these days. Even though we're moving into autumn, it's still a very, very hot summer's day. It's currently 36 degrees, so I am going to leave the aircon on for Miss Millie. She's currently hiding in the bottom of her pram. She loves having a little snooze in there. I don't know why she always likes these tight little spaces, but this is one of her favorite spots. I can always find her here. I am wearing sneakers and long pants, but we will be traveling at a speed no more than 50 kilometers an hour and really just going on the back streets. I was trying to think back to the last time I rode a motorcycle, and it was 15 years ago. I used to have an Aprilia 125, and funny enough, I looked back and found some old footage. It was about 15 years ago, and this was me driving the streets of Banyo in Queensland, Australia. I can't believe I was so confident back on the bike then, and I wouldn't have thought twice about jumping on the bike. But today I'm thinking twice. I'm actually quite nervous because I don't remember how to ride a bike. But I'm headed over to John's place. Now, you remember John and his lovely wife, Shizuka. They own a property at Kada, and it's a beautiful ocean view property, and I've taken you through. I'll put a link to the video up here if you want to have a look at John's place.
Good, how are you?
John very generously offered to take me out for a ride today and give the bikes a bit of a run. He's part of a motorcycle club, and I'm going to go into that a little bit later, just in case you want to join his motorcycle club and ride around the bikes in Japan with him. Trip.
That was the original one.
Yeah.
This is 50. And this is the one we've just done.
Right.
Yeah, a bit
Oh, is this
bigger.
a new bike? So John's original fleet were all 50 cc's, and he's now changed his fleet to 110 cc's, and they're all once again Honda bikes. These ones have a bit more power. They go right up to 140 kilometers an hour. Not that you need to go that fast on the streets of Japan. Are you going to use that for like Google Maps?
Not around here because I know where I'm going.
know,
But
yeah.
I did all through Hokkaido because I'd never been there before.
Right, okay. So this is a 110.
Yeah.
110 Honda.
And you see, we bought these. These had 0 Ks a few months ago. And
Oh wow, you've done a
Right,
lot.
yeah.
Okay, and you need petrol.
I'll get some gas on the way out.
All right, and then this is the 50 cc.
I mean, it's so easy. Indicators are there.
Right, okay. Indicator,
And the
horn.
When you go over 30 Ks, you'll see a little red light flashing here. It says speed.
Okay.
The start is easy. You grab the brake.
So how did you do that again? You turn the ignition on.
Yep. You just turn that on.
Yep.
Your lights come on here.
Right. Grab the
Brake.
brake. Yep.
And then start button.
Where was the start button? I missed that bit. Oh, there. Okay, got it. All right.
An indicator.
Oh, it's quite a good noise, so you
Yeah,
don't
so-
forget it's on.
See, this is actually better than that. You can't hear that one.
Yeah.
And then to
okay.
cancel it, just
Tap in.
like that.
All right.
And then
Okay. right. Whoop. Jet Pro. Wow,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
That's perfect.
that's good.
So I don't need a hat, it's got a visor.
Yep.
That's perfect.
There's nothing worse than getting a bug in the eye.
No. Or the mouth. I've got to keep my mouth shut. I gotta remember to do that.
Go.
Is there a button for that? Oh. Yeah, there. The seat button. It's okay. It's perfect. Oh God, here we go.
You want to put your phone in that holder? Or?
No, I don't think we
Like
need.
that?
I'm just following you,
Okay.
and if we get lost, I'll get my phone out and find you. Oh God, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. That's gonna go right. And I
So be ready to be on the brake once it comes off the...
so it doesn't roll back.
Yeah. So that's your rear brake. So you
Right.
can, if you hold your rear brake, that means your rear wheel won't roll back, but because it's in the air, it won't stop you from moving it forward.
Okay, so
You know
rear
what I mean?
brake for
Yep.
that. So I'm gonna hold it here and here
Yep.
and just roll it forward.
Roll it forward. There you go.
Did it! All right.
So
Alright.
yeah, keep your hand on the brake. There you go.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Twist
And
the
then-
key.
Key to on.
Yep. Start button.
Hand on the brake. Start button.
There you
And
go.
we're on. And this is the
That's your
accelerator.
throttle. Yeah. So just give it a little bit of throttle.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Okay. Should I
Feel
go?
the
I'll go
power.
up the hill a bit, eh?
Go up to that gate and turn around.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Okay, I got this.
There you are.
Okay. Whew. I'm a bit nervous. I just go slowly around the corner. Oh guys, it's been so long.
Yeah.
Alright.
They're easier to maneuver when you're actually moving. When
Yeah.
they're stopped in their heart, you feel all the weight.
Yeah, true. So we're gonna do a bit of learning?
Yep.
Okay, good.
All right.
And just like that, we were off. There was very little time to think about my nerves because John had taken off and I needed to follow him. He did stop just around the corner because he forgot to ask me to check my mirrors, which is something I didn't even think about doing. So we stopped there and just made sure that I could see over my shoulder in both the mirrors to check if there are any cars coming up behind me. Once we got that right, then we were going to head down into Kada, which is just a small fishing village, and do a couple of little back streets so I could get used to riding a bike again without too much traffic around me to be worried. Kada is the very northern part of Wakayama. It's a little coastal town and it's about a 40-minute drive in traffic for me to get here from where I live. The houses up here on the hill have amazing views of the ocean, some of them just 180-degree views. And then you go down the hill and you come into the town. And the town is very much a traditional looking town. It was once a thriving fishing town and it's famous for fresh seafood, especially shirasu. It has a long connection to spiritual traditions because the area is home to the Awashima Shrine. It's known for having thousands of doll offerings. People bring their dolls to the shrine for a respectful farewell, believing that they hold a spirit within them. Once a year, the shrine also has a special ceremony for the dolls, and they send them off on little boats out to sea. Normally, I'm driving along this coast road, so it definitely feels different on a bike. It feels you're a lot closer to the water and all your sights around you. Very different feeling on a bike. After leaving Kada, we headed inland a little bit, but we are working our back streets now along to Isanoura Beach. From there, we followed the coast road as far as we could, and we were looking for a spot that we could possibly have some lunch. It was pretty hot outside, so John stopped at a vending machine to get some water, and I had a look at a property that's for sale with some pretty good views.
The top floor is actually quite magnificent. It's all tatami and shoji,
Oh,
and it's a
really?
huge big area.
I reckon it'd be a pretty good view, right? This area is known as the Amalfi Coast of Japan. In Japanese terms, it's just called Saikazaki, but it's got some pretty nice views all along this way. All right, well, it's time to keep rolling a little bit further up the road. The coastline here just keeps opening up in front of us, and I'm starting to think about lunch. I'd love to find a little spot with a view, somewhere we can sit down, take a break, and just soak it all in. And just like magic, here we are, tucked away just off the road. I found this little restaurant with the perfect view of the coastline. It feels like one of those places you only stumble across when you're out exploring. It looks like it's going to be Japanese on the menu, but let's head inside and see what they've got to offer. When we walked in the door, I noticed the paw prints straight away, and this restaurant is definitely pet friendly. There's a little sign saying help yourself to water, doggies, and I could see a couple of little dogs in the restaurant as well. The one thing with riding a bike, it's nice and cool when you're getting the breeze on your body, but the minute you stop at a traffic light, all of the heat from the road just sort of reflects up, and it does get quite hot. Now, John has an excellent Instagram page if you wanted to follow some of the exploration journeys he's done right up to the north of Hokkaido, and of course some trips around Shikoku as well. I'll put a link to his Instagram page if you want to check it out. It's in the description below. John is really patient and has a lot of experience taking people on rides around Japan. So definitely hit him up if you're serious about going for a ride with him in his club. Well, that was a really good stop. The food was absolutely beautiful and amazing, and sitting there with that view of the ocean just made it even better. But no time to get too comfortable because I'm excited to see what's waiting further up the road. So back on the bike, and we're heading along the Saikazaki Coast Road. On the way here, I spotted a few abandoned hotels just sitting there in these prime locations. So I'm really looking forward to actually stopping and checking them out, just having a closer look. And I did spot one straight away that we passed. It was right on a point looking out onto the ocean, and I'm keen to get off the bike and just have a little walk around. For me, I just find it so strange to see them in these incredible locations right by the ocean, just left to decay. The sheer size and the extent of the decay going on with this property was really just mind-blowing. It had to be seen to be believed, really.
That this would be prime real estate in our country.
Yeah.
And it's just
Left here like this. You might be wondering why there are so many abandoned hotels along this coastline. Well, like a lot of places in Japan, this area was once a really popular holiday spot. Families would come here in the summer for the beaches and the seafood and the ocean views. But over time, things changed. New resorts opened in bigger cities. People started traveling overseas more, and then Japan's population began to shrink. With fewer visitors, many of these hotels just couldn't survive, and one by one they closed their doors. It's kind of sad because you can tell they were once beautiful places full of life and energy, and now they just sort of sit here slowly fading away, and a reminder of a different time in Japan's history.
Maybe cold beer.
Yeah, right. That's how they get stuff down there.
Yeah.
It does feel a little eerie to see these places left behind, but that's part of the story of Japan's coastline today. And the best way to move forward is to keep on riding. So I'm going to hop back on the bike, enjoy that sea breeze because it's so hot when you're standing still, and we're going to see where this road is going to take us next. The coast roads here are always a little bit windy, and it means you're going to drive at a lower speed, and that actually gave me a huge boost of confidence. After not riding for 15 years, I was just so nervous when I first got on the bike, and every sort of movement I was doing felt a little bit shaky. But now I'm really leaning into the curves and starting to relax a bit. I could find the rhythm of the bike again and really feel the road beneath me. And I honestly just started to enjoy this ride more and more. And the scenery was ever changing and ever interesting. And it wasn't long before we came across another abandoned hotel on a similar, very, very large scale. This one even had a few buses parked out the front that were also covered in graffiti. A lot of the broken windows are not from vandalism, it's actually from when the typhoons come through, and sort of being right on the coastline, they get the brunt of the strong winds that come up. After following the coastline a little bit further, I could suddenly see the tip of the lighthouse, and we have finally arrived at the Saikazaki Lighthouse. It sits up high on the cape, and it's actually been guiding ships safely along Wakayama's coastline for decades. This lighthouse was first built back in the early 20th century, and even though it's really small compared to some, it's an important marker on this busy, busy stretch of the ocean. Now, because I'm in a 50cc moped, I actually have free parking, but John, on the other hand, he's in a 110cc, so he has to pay 300 yen for his parking. I wonder if the eagles are waiting for the fishermen to bring their haul in. One of the best things about the Saikazaki Lighthouse is that it's completely free to go up. And once you're at the top, you're rewarded with these amazing 360-degree views. You can see the coastline stretching out in every direction. And on a clear day like today, your eyes go all the way across Wakayama City as well. And if you look far out over there, you can even spot Kata in the distance. And that is where we started this ride this morning. It's such a cool feeling tracing the journey with your eyes from the fishing town by the beach and all the way back here to the Cape.
Go back past that hotel and then down the hill, and then we go over the two bridges.
All right. This morning I really was so nervous. I felt stiff, unsure, and I was really second guessing if I should even do this. But once I slowed down and took a breath and then just went with it, everything started to feel lighter. Little by little, the fear has faded, and today freedom has definitely taken over. I sometimes think that we tell ourselves once we reach a certain age, certain experiences are behind us, that maybe they belong to a younger version of who we used to be. But today reminded me that it doesn't have to be that way. At 50, it's not about chasing the same things I did in my 20s or even 30s for that matter. It's about finding new ways to feel alive and to challenge myself just enough and to enjoy the simple moments along the way. So looking out from here, I don't just see the coastline or the city in the distance or what's happening on the road. I see possibility. The idea that it's just never too late to say yes, it's never too late to try again, and it's never too late to surprise yourself. And honestly, that's what makes this ride so memorable for me. It's not just about the road that I took, but it's also proving to myself that the journey can keep unfolding in very unexpected and beautiful ways. What is that? Is that a ute?
Yeah, that's a Daihatsu midget.
We couldn't help but have a chat to the gentleman and compliment him on his awesome car, and he was happy to have a chat to us. He was probably quite surprised that two foreigners pulled up on bikes, but he was more than happy to talk about his ute, which I think is a bit of his pride and joy there, to be honest. What a cool car. That was the Daihatsu Midget, if you missed it. Very, very cute looking thing with these big bug eyes at the front. Next up came a little surprise. John led me down a shortcut to get back onto the beach road, and I have to admit I wasn't expecting it to be quite so tricky on the bike. There were some tight turns and uneven spots, and I definitely wasn't the most graceful bike rider out there. A little bit wobbly here and there, but that's all part of the learning curve. It really did put me to the test, and even though I didn't nail it perfectly, I was certainly proud that I gave it a go and I kept moving forward.
That's how you get to the beach without using the main road.
I feel like I passed the test when I went through that thing.
Yeah. You did all right.
Yeah, wow.
Throw that one in at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, when my confidence is up.
Yeah.
Look at all the people.
Yeah.
By the way, if you've noticed this shirt I'm wearing today, it's actually a new design I just released. It's got Millie's face on it, though it's not her usual sweet look. In this one, she looks like a really tough cat, and I love that because it kind of represents strength and being fearless. The words on the shirt say life is journey, both in English and Japanese, which is a phrase I keep coming back to. It's not about life being perfect. It's about every twist and turn along the way, just like this ride. If you'd like to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. For me, it's a fun way to carry a little piece of Millie and that fearless spirit wherever I go. Where's my Millie? Hi, Boo. Hi, Boo. How are you, Boo? And that's where we'll wrap up the ride today. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I would like to know, would you ever hop on a motorbike again after years away? Or is there something else that makes you feel fearless? Let me know in the comments because I absolutely love reading your stories. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. From Millie and I, see you later. Bye. Bye-bye, everybody.